up, guys? My name is TechnoTuner, and today, of course, I'm bringing another deck profile your way. Today, I'm bringing one of my favorites. It has been one of my favorites since I've started playing competitively, which is True Draco. This deck has been through a lot with me. I've kept all the cards, even back when it was banned, and gone through 7 different ban lists. This is something I played during Zodiac format, something I played during True Draco format. I have held on to the deck no matter what. I was even debating on playing it during Toss format as well. This deck has a lot of capabilities of actually playing through a lot of the stuff nowadays, and even though Masterpiece is not that great, I do have to say that I greatly still enjoy this deck. But I wanted to bring you guys the deck profile to show it off a little bit more, since we just got new support, and I can explain a little bit more on what the deck does. So let's go ahead and hop right into this. I did go ahead and get this actual Extra Monster Zone card from, oh, what was it? I think it was Sleeve Chief. I stand corrected if it is something else, but I can't remember. It's been a hot minute since I've gotten it, but I do love the design. It is very great for the actual deck. But anyways, let's hop right into this deck profile, and I'll show you what I mean, what these cards can do. So, for the one-ups that we're playing one Masterpiece, the True Draco Slaying King, and one Masterpiece, the True Draco Overlord. So, why are we running these two? Instead of just running 2 of the Masterpiece, the True Draco Slaying King, I'm running one Overlord because he has the capability of skipping your opponent's next main phase if he's destroyed. However, we have a Towers effect with Masterpiece as well. To tribute summon Masterpiece, the True Draco Slaying King, you can tribute 1 continuous spell, or you can tribute continuous spell, trap cards you control, as well as monsters. It's unaffected by the effects of cards with the same card type, monster, spell, or trap, as the original card type of the cards tributed for its tribute summon. Once per turn, during either player's turn, if you control this tribute summon monster, you can banish 1 continuous spell trap card from your graveyard, then target 1 other card on the field and destroy it. So, while being able to turn your actual continuous spells and traps that you don't want to recycle back into the graveyard into ammunition to destroy cards, it has the capability of just being a towers for the actual deck, which can help you get through some further games. The next one is Masterpiece, the True Draco Overlord, which requires 3 tributes to normal summon. Cannot be normal set. To tribute summon this card, face up, you can tribute continuous spells or traps you control, as well as monsters. You can only use each of the following effects of Masterpiece, the True Draco Overlord, once per turn. When your opponent activates a monster effect in hand or field, and you control this tribute summon card, quick effect. You can negate the activation. If you do, destroy that monster. If this tribute summon card is destroyed by battle or is destroyed by an opponent's card effect while in its own owner's monster zone, you can activate this effect. Your opponent skips their next main phase. So, while it does have a kind of more horrible effect, because if they go into their main phase 2, they can't activate that. So they just go directly to end phase instead of main phase 2, but that doesn't really matter. But the fun part of it is it does give you a bit of a negation with monsters in the hand and on the field, which the deck was really kind of lacking. So, those are the 2 big boys that I'm playing. Up next, I'm playing 2 Majesty Maiden, the True Draco Caster. I'm just going to state this right now. For the actual remainder of the monsters in the deck, you contribute 1 face-up continuous spell or trap to summon them. Maiden is going to be our main monster searcher because whenever your opponent activates a card or effect, you can activate one of the main monster effects, which will be either Majesty Maiden, the True Draco Caster, Ignis Heat, the True Draco Warrior, or Dynamite Knight, the True Draco Fighter. But what's the difference between the 3 of them that makes it to where you want to run 3 of 2 of them and 2 of 1 of them? Well, Majesty Maiden is our monster searcher, while Ignis and Dynamite Knight are spell and trap searchers. Ignis searches our spells, Dynamite Knight searches our traps. Our traps are very helpful for when it comes to interacting with our opponent because we can pop them and for either their summon or through their effects to either to tribute summon during our opponent's turn, or if they're destroyed, you basically get to target a monster on the field and destroy it. Ignis Heat has the capability of setting or activating a spell from deck, much like Dynamite Knight, where you can activate a trap from deck, but it's basically also in the Monarch spell or Monarch stat line as well. That can further help you get searches if you're wanting to run a bit of a Monarch package. This card has some insane gameplay because when you put up the Draconic Diagram, they get 300 attack and defense, while it may not seem like much, can push them to be a little bit more troublesome, especially since it's going to be like a 2600, a 2700, and a 2800 attacker, which can be really hard for your opponent to really just beat over. While these cards can put up a substantial amount of damage on the board, they also do enable you to do a lot more further, such as setting the spells and traps. So, outside of that, that's all I have for the actual monsters of the deck. I am not playing the Amano Iwado because I personally don't like the card. Yes, it does help with the hand trap negations and all that, but it just doesn't feel right to me. But I am playing 3 Draconic Diagram because this card is so beneficial for this deck and helps it in so many ways. All True Draco and True King monsters on the field gain 300 attack and defense. The first time each tribute summoned True Draco or True King monster will be destroyed by battle. Each turn, it is not destroyed. Once per turn, you can destroy one other card you control or in your hand, and if you do, add 1 True Draco or True King card from your deck to your hand. So basically, if you have a dead spell or trap that you cannot activate in your hand, you can pop it with Draconic Diagram and add a monster that you can utilize to summon. Next up, of course, we're playing 3 Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix. You can target 3 True Draco or True King cards in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, then draw 1 card. During your main phase, you can immediately, after this effect resolves, tribute summon 1 True Draco or True King monster face up. If this card is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you can target 1 spell or trap on the field, destroy it. You can only use each effect of Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix once per turn. So, outside of being a consistency piece and being able to allow you to shuffle back 3 cards that you want into your deck so you can search off of either Dynamite Knight, Majesty Maiden, or Ignis Heat, it gives you the capability of furthering your consistency by allowing a longer gameplay. The other thing is, we do play 3 True Draco Heritage. During your main phase, you can draw cards equal to the number of True Draco and True King card types, monster, spell, and trap sent from the field to the graveyard this turn. During your main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon 1 True Draco or True King monster face up. If this card is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you can target 1 spell or trap on the field, destroy it. You can only use each effect of True Draco Heritage once per turn. While this card has some insane capabilities as well as Disciples, the Heritage only has 1 fallback, which is it has to be on field. So if you tribute a True Draco card in your hand, you cannot draw off of that. It has to be specifically on field. Now, whether it's a True Draco trap, monster, or spell that's on the field, that will work. But if it's in hand, it will not. Next up, the non-True Draco card, but is technically the searcher, or another searcher for True Dracos, is Draco Awakening. When this card is activated, you can add 1 monster from your deck to your hand. True Draco, True King, Draco Slayer Pendulum, or Draco Overlord Pendulum. If a face-up True Draco or True King monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one of them, place it in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. You can only use this effect of Draco Awakening once per turn. You can only activate 1 Draco Awakening per turn. So, while being able to get some recursion and getting your monsters into your spell and trap zones as further tributes for next turn, it does give you the capability of searching that key piece that you're looking for so you can further interact. Since this deck is mainly normal summons, we do not special summon. We're playing 3 Pod Duality, which allows us to excavate the top 3 of our deck and add 1 of them to our hand. Also, after that, you shuffle the rest back into the deck. You can only activate 1 Pod Duality per turn. You cannot special summon during the turn you activate this effect, or this card. That is perfectly fine, because Pod Duality is very helpful for this deck, being able to allow you to dig further for the key pieces you need. For the one-ofs, I'm playing 1 Card of Demise, 1 Terraforming, and 1 Triple Tactics Talent. The fun part of this is card of demise. Draw until you have 3 cards in your hand. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, your opponent takes no damage. During the end phase of this turn, send your entire hand to the graveyard. You can only activate 1 card demise per turn. You cannot special summon during the turn you activate this card. Terraforming. Add 1 field spell from your deck to your hand. Triple Tactics Talent, which everybody has seen and does utilize a lot. If your opponent has activated a monster effect during your main phase, activate one of these effects. Draw 2, take control of 1 monster your opponent controls until the end phase. Look at your opponent's hand and choose 1 card from it and shuffle it into the deck. You can only activate 1 Triple Tactics Talent per turn. While this card is very beneficial, usually you don't steal a lot with Triple Tactics Talent when you're usually using it for other decks, but since you can tribute off that monster, you can utilize Triple Tactics Talent as more as board removal as well. All right. So that's all the spells that I have currently for the deck. But the remainder of the deck is, while you may have guessed it, just traps. But they are very beneficial for the actual playability of the deck. For the True Draco traps that I'm playing 3 True Draco Apocalypse. If this card is sent from spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you can target 1 monster on the field and destroy it. You cannot activate the following effects of True Draco Apocalypse in the same chain. You can target 1 other True Draco or True King card you control, destroy it, and if you do, the attack and defense of all face-up monsters your opponent controls become half their current attack and defense, even if this card leaves the field. During your opponent's main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon 1 True Draco or True King monster face-up. You can only use each effect of True Draco Apocalypse once per turn. True Draco Apocalypse has the fun capabilities, and this has gotten it into Nats in previous duels from back in 2019 and earlier, where this deck has had the capability of further allowing your opponent to really go into battle phase thinking they had a safe space, but True Draco Apocalypse you can activate and tribute off a spell that is a True Draco card or a True Draco monster that you cannot really utilize and have their effect, have the monsters attack during damage step, which can actually hurt them a lot. Next up, I do play the 2 True Kings Return. We do not utilize the revive effect a lot because it can hurt us, but you don't really need to worry about that because if this card is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you can target 1 monster on the field, destroy it. You cannot activate the following effects. So True Kings Return in the same chain. You can target 1 True Draco or True King monster in your graveyard, special summon in defense position. Also for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon. During your opponent's main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon 1 True Draco or True King monster face up. You can only use each effect of True King's Return once per turn. You're basically utilizing this to get the body back on board, and then utilizing the secondary effect to tribute off the body. So, for example, a Dynamite Knight that was revived from the graveyard, the True King's Return, or a spell that you don't want to utilize anymore on the board to go into Masterpiece to set up a bigger body. While these cards are great, they do have some capabilities of playing other cards that can further hinder your opponent. For a perfect example is 3 Monarchs Erupt. You can activate this card only if you have no cards in your extra deck. You can control a tribute summon monster. Negate the effects of all face-up monsters on the field while those monsters are face-up on the field except tribute summon monsters. During your end phase, if you control no tribute summon monsters, send this card to the graveyard. So, while this card is basically a skill drain, while you have a tribute summon monster, it helps out greatly because it is also another continuous trap or spell that you can basically tribute for a summon of a True Draco monster. Next up, I do play 2 Apophis, the Swamp Deity, because we do play a lot of continuous spells and traps. During the main phase, especially when this card is a normal monster, reptile, earth, level 6, attack 2000, defense 2000. This card is also still a trap. Then you can negate the effects of face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of continuous traps you control until the end of this turn. So basically allowing you to get some extra negation in there and protection to be able to summon a big body, which is pretty helpful overall. Then for the Floodgate cards, I'm playing 1 There Can Only Be 1 Skill Drain, and 1 Anti-Spell. With DDD popping up around, Anti-Spell Fragrance can really screw them up because both players must set cards before activating them and cannot activate them until their next turn after setting them. so that prevents them from pendulum summoning. Skill Drain, activate this card by paying 1,000 life points. Negate the effects of all face-up monsters while they are face-up on the field, but their effects still can be activated. And then there can only be one. Each player can only control one monster of each type. If a player controls 2 or more monsters of the same type, they must send some to the graveyard so they control no more than one monster of that type. So overall, it can further help you by getting some protection onto the board, preventing your opponent from actually being able to further play the game. Another capability, another card you can play is Rivalry. When paired with There Can Only Be One, makes it very funny and hard for your opponent to actually get over the True Draco cards. If you wanted to cut down on a spell or trap and run a smaller Monarch package, you definitely could. In this case, I would recommend cutting potentially one of the Draco Awakening, probably one of the diagrams, and maybe one of the Monarchs Erupt. That way you can run 2 Pantheism and 1 not Stormforth domain of the Monarchs, so you can further extra deck lock your opponent as well while get some extra draw power in. I've done basically every build from Eldritch True Draco, Monarch True Draco, Unchained True Draco, Pure True Draco, Zodiac True Draco, you name it, I have seen it, and I have enjoyed this deck no matter what build I've played. It's always been fun to really experiment with this deck and have so much fun. But either way, guys, I hope you like the deck profile. If you do, please go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next one.
Is it okay if I'm to say I'm catching feelings from all the dealings? Am I astray? What do you say? How are you feeling? Is it the same?